Welcome to the Plant Grow Reap podcast.
Welcome to Plant Grow Reap. My name is Isabel and I'm here today with Kane, Sophie and Sammi. We're all Gen Z team members at Aintree Group and we're here to chat a bit about our experiences in the workplace and how we believe our generation is shaping the workforce in general. This is part of a series we'll be doing where each generation will have a chance to share their perspective and insights. So, to get started, can you each introduce yourself and tell me a bit about your role at Aintree Group and your experience in the workforce so far? Kane, do you want to kick us off?
I would love to. My name is Kane. I am a really recent employee at Aintree Group. I'm an operations coordinator alongside the other operations coordinator. No, I know your name. No, I was trying to segue. It's okay. Come on. I've been working here for what is probably a month and a half, maybe two. And it's a really lovely environment and I really enjoy this job. I've never worked in a corporate office before. I've always done hospitality and retail, so this is really nice and refreshing. And I'm also audio engineering today because I'm studying screen and media.
Yay!
Yay! Yay for Kane!
Yay for Kane!
And now, Sophie, why don't you tell us a bit about your role at Aintree Group?
Well, I work alongside Kane. I'm an operations coordinator as well. I've worked here since May this year. So we basically maintain the office and then also provide administrative support to the accounting team. And I'm studying a Bachelor of Business, Banking and Finance. I've had a little bit of experience in an office previous to Aintree Group. I have a second job. I work at a real estate agency. So I do that on Saturdays and do the administration for auction results. So yeah, I've had a few years experience in an office, which has been good.
Yes, that is good.
Yay!
Yay for Sophie!
Thank you. That was very timely.
That was really good.
Do I get one of
was a
those
good
as
segue.
well?
No.
Okay. He's going to do crickets after
No,
mine.
you don't get one, Sammi.
I don't know where I'm meant to be looking, but my name is
Your camera's
Sammi.
here, but don't look at it.
I'm like scared. And I work at Aintree Group with Isabel.
And everyone else.
And everyone, I guess. And the others and the operations coordinators. And no, that wasn't right. And Izzy and I are interns in the legal team, and we do our main day-to-day work is a pretty long-term project where we work with clients and the distribution and custodianship of their documents and deeds as such, and that's very client-facing, which I really like. Similar to Kane, this is my first office job, and I've worked a lot in hospo, never quite retail, but always hospo. I really enjoy customer service and I really enjoy talking to people, so I really like the project and I'm glad I get to do it with Isabel.
That's so good. And Sammi also has the best phone voice ever. She's on the phone to clients.
Do you want to give us
with
a little example?
Oh yeah, okay.
Do you wanna
I'll
do
give
like
you
a-
okay. Can
Give us your best.
someone like ring me and
Okay.
I'll tap in. Yeah.
Go, Kane.
Oh, sorry. Ring.
You need to
Give me another ring. Give me another ring, and then
Ring,
say
ring.
hi.
Ring. Hello?
Hi, this is Sammi from Aintree Group Legal. I'm just calling regarding a voicemail inquiry you left. Something like that, without the laughter, because I'm very serious.
This doesn't feel
very
serious.
professional.
It's very
going on
serious.
here?
No, it's very serious. I'm very
I'm not
good.
falling for your scam.
Okay, then don't talk to me anymore. Okay. I'll refer you to Izzy. Isabel.
Okay, so besides that little snippet, Sammi usually has a great phone voice.
there was no exception, in my opinion. No exception, but yeah, I like talking on the phone. I'm really good at yapping. I'm very nervous today. Bit of a nervous yapper today, but it's okay.
But if you're a good yapper, then that's fine.
then it's fine,
We'll
right?
get it done.
It's so easy, everyone. And apart from that project, Izzy and I do a bit of operations and general administrative tasks. like picked up catering the other day. That was really exciting. So I
was
was really
exciting.
excited about that. Sophie was like, show me the sandwiches.
That was big news.
big news in the Gen Z world of Aintree. I've got a photo on my phone if anyone wants to see the sandwiches. And Kane opened the door for me as I was distributing the sandwiches, which is really good because I was about to drop them.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Gen
And
Z
Izzy
teamwork.
Operations.
is the loveliest woman in the world. So although she was not there that day, she was also part of the team.
She was there in
Spirit.
spirit.
I
Yeah.
was with, I don't know what
you were there.
sandwiches. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's
I'll
fine.
debrief you later.
Okay, and what do you do outside of work,
Oh,
Sammi?
we're still have you seen me? Okay. I was like waiting for you to go. I'm really into arts, publication, media, that sort of sphere. I really like writing. I really like poetry, but you have to ask me about it when I'm not feeling so shy. Now I'm feeling vulnerable. And poetry is obviously a very vulnerable thing. And it's difficult to talk about sometimes, but I think the more we talk about it, the less vulnerable it gets. So that being said, don't ask me to share my poetry because I will start crying. But I'm really
for
into
another episode.
Yeah, really into those kind of things. And I work with a few publications and do some community volunteering along those lines. So yeah, that's what I'm interested in. Oh, and Izzy and I also study law at Monash University.
I was waiting for that.
I don't know why I waited so long to say that. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess
now over to Izzy.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Isabel. I'm a legal intern in the Aintree Group legal team. I started off in the accounting team, didn't actually do any accounting, but apparently I was a part of the accounting team. I just popped in.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been here for like 6 months now, I think, and it's been really good. It's been a very supportive work environment as like my first office job as well. So even just getting used to like getting in, looking at your emails, opening all the things is something I'm so not used to coming from Boost Juice.
Yeah.
And I open up the blenders in the morning. But yeah, it's been a good experience, especially in the legal team. We've really, learnt a lot from all of the lawyers and Tully, our legal operations.
We love you, Tully. Shout out to Tully.
Who literally answers any question we have ever, even if it's stupid.
Even if it's not law related.
Yeah.
I can just edit a photo of her face.
Just like
Can you put her up
Tully.
there?
Yeah.
Just like with a
Yeah.
crown.
Like I can do like
Angel
thought
wings.
bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really good.
Are you guys enjoying your first experience in an office?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it's really fun.
The triage scares me, but
What's
The what?
Trier? Is
Triage.
that?
Oh, they're not.
Okay.
They're not carbon people.
Yeah, no.
oh my God.
Although
you're
I
not
did do
carbon
carbon
with the
training. I know what you're talking
triages.
about.
So
Okay.
we have to open this a triage every morning that we come in, and it's
It's like your
basically
inbox.
yeah, it's like an inbox, but it's just got all of these emails and tasks and messages, and it's intimidating. But I
I think
love
that
it.
sounds like our planner.
I like that it's called a triage. I think that's
Yeah.
funny.
That's what they called it. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
The planner's a bit like that, but like Izzy was saying, like it's weird opening your laptop and like having like emails to get through, and like that whole experience is weird. But you're really good at it. Like,
Me.
yeah. Like I feel like you're like really like good at that sort of admin thing. Like when I sit down and look at my emails, I'm like scared. It's scary. Like it's really fun answering them, but I feel like I get caught up in that. Like, yeah.
On,
No,
on
yeah.
my
You're good at
first
it.
week in, I got a message. I hadn't done timesheets. Oh, sorry. This was like my third week. I had never done a timesheet. And
And I
Amy-
also didn't teach
That's
you
fair.
properly.
Yeah, no one taught me. No one taught me how to do timesheets. Amy didn't either, so it took a while. But
There's
I
probably a
got this-
procedure for it.
Yeah, I've
do,
done it
Kane.
now.
There's a
Okay, I've
procedure
done
for
it now.
everything.
But I got this email from Chelsea in marketing, the lovely Chelsea, and it was, hey, do your timesheets. You better do your timesheets. And I thought it was just at me.
It was just
for
for you.
everyone, but I didn't know that she did these widespread emails.
That
So I
actually-
just started panicking, and I went up to her. I'm like, I don't know how to do my timesheet.
I'm so sorry, Chelsea. Can I say, this reminds me of something I experienced as well, which I don't know if I've shared this story with anyone, but it's actually, I think there was around mid-sem, I was taking one of my contracted days off because I had a mid-sem test or something for uni. And I wanted to call, I think it was our manager, Katie, and tell her, but then I didn't have Katie's number at the time. And then I was like, okay, I'm getting stressed. I feel like I should have this was a week and a half beforehand, and I felt like I should have given more notice. So I was looking for someone's number, and the only person's number I had on my phone was Jasmine's, who is our lovely PNC coordinator. And I think she didn't pick up. I think I called her and I wasn't working. I assumed she was working. I called her, she didn't pick up. And I was like, okay, it's fine, it's whatever. I'll call her back later. Then, less than an hour later, I get that email from... when they introduced the right to disconnect, I received that email in my inbox and I was like... all Aintree Group employees have a right to disconnect from work. And I was like, oh my God, Jasmine's coming for me. Jasmine thinks I'm interrupting her in her non-working hours and in my non-working hours, and she's coming for me with a brand new policy. I was actually so stressed about it. And then I came to work and found out it was just a thing that they were introducing everywhere.
These emails, man.
Cool. That was cool.
Have you introduced yourself yet?
I did, yeah. I think so.
I'm just checking.
Or you just
Kane
cut me off
wasn't
or something.
Maybe Kane's the issue.
Do you want me to continue introducing myself?
Yes,
oh, okay.
Yes, I feel like
what
we
else
get
is there
through all
about
of it.
me?
Pilates.
Pilates occasionally. I study law and arts. I have a major in journalism.
Oh, cool.
So, doing a couple of interviews here and there, especially with a lot of Aintree Group team members. So, yes, there'll be some articles coming soon.
Can't wait to read them.
Yay, everyone. What else is there in my life? Yeah, that's it. Sorry, not that exciting.
No,
pretty exciting.
that's really
I'm
exciting.
a law
Working
arts
here is pretty
student. I
exciting.
work here. Oh, I also work at Boost still. I still
What?
do the
You still
I
work
I couldn't
still,
say bye to Boost.
I still make smoothies on the weekend.
I have yet to leverage her staff discount, but
Yeah.
one of
What's the
these days I'll
discount?
get to it.
Oh, we actually only just got the discount.
Ow.
Oh, really?
I like a few months ago.
The
I thought you
Boosters
always had it.
discount and every other discount I've seen, because I worked in a shopping centre. When you go to places, you got shopping centre discounts. So I worked at the Coles, and the people at Boost would give me a discount because I worked in the centre.
I used to work,
Their discount for the centre discount was better than my own discount at Coles.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah,
That's like when I worked at Kmart. 5%.
it's so sad. 5%.
Yeah, no,
exactly,
5%. Yeah.
Rather
Boost juice
nothing.
gave me 25, and
Oh, that's
Coles gave me
good.
5.
Yeah, that is generous.
What's this employee one?
Oh, we can get 50% now.
Yeah, so it's
good.
So
I got
that's good.
half of that.
But
It's still pretty good.
it's only
50% is really
select
good.
stores.
I think
50%
I
's
worked at
crazy.
Starbucks over last Christmas period. And I think because it was the Melbourne Central Starbucks, and they also had a centre discount. So we would have people coming up with them I work in the centre, can I have the discount? That's chill, whatever. But it was 5% as well.
Oh.
Which just makes me feel okay.
But they don't work there, so it makes sense for it to be low. But as an employee of a business like Kmart or Coles,
Oh, I know what
which
you
are
mean, yeah.
multi-million-dollar businesses,
Yeah.
you'd expect them to give more than.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with 7.
7%.
Woo! That's your something.
5's crazy though. 5 is not
Yeah,
enough.
7 is so much better.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
I do
I feel
some
like
big
we-
spending at Coles.
Oh, okay, at Coles I see it.
From
Kmart, not
the
but not at
topic of this
Starbucks.
Yeah,
podcast.
Oh,
Recenter.
Should we
Do we want to
ground
have
Izzy
some
back
sort
in
of
the question?
conversation
Let's lock
that's
in.
a little bit
This is
more
not fun.
intellectual?
to lock in.
Is everyone ready to lock in?
Yes, what's
Yeah,
your first
that was very
question?
Whatever, let's
ASMR
go.
of you.
This first question is directed more so at Kane and Sammi.
Oh.
Because Sophie
what?
has had an office job before.
Oh.
But
That's
what do you guys think was the biggest challenge you faced when entering the office kind of environment coming from retail or hospitality, especially as a Gen Z?
Are you going first?
No, you can go. I still
No,
need to
can
think.
you go?
Okay. I think challenges. It's hard to say challenges. I can think of a lot of things that were really good, but challenges. I think clothing was a big one for me.
That's
Me
so
too.
valid.
That's actually really
That's
valid.
still a really big challenge for me.
I'm living out of home, so my budget for clothes is standard 0. So when I was told that I had to start dressing business casual, and had to go out and get all these nice clothes. I was like stressing because I have no money. I feel like that's a common thing among Gen Z. I think we're all pretty poor.
Yeah.
I have no money.
That's actually so true.
I went out and got one pair of pants and 2 shirts.
Perfect.
And I wear the same pants every day to work, and no one has picked up on it
But
yet.
you know what?
That's
Kane only
fine.
works 2 days a week, so
Yeah,
that's
2
why
days,
it works.
Yeah.
2
So I
outfits.
should have disclosed that.
outfits.
Yeah.
No,
It
it's
works.
okay.
We're going to pick on it
And I'm
now.
obsessed
And you
with
have
this,
Aintree
this
Group
Yeah.
merch.
The
I'm
merch,
obsessed with this
that's
pole.
nice.
Merch is
This
really
pole is
good.
so good. But yeah, that was a big challenge. And also less banter and swearing. I think having to tone that down a bit was
I'm not
hard.
sure. We've toned it down a bit, but I'm not sure Aintree Group
it's
is
not-
completely
no,
banter
We're
free.
still very banter.
Yeah.
It's still a very lovely workplace, but I came from like my first job was at a comic book store, and you could tell.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't swear on this.
Well, you can. We'll just put an explicit one.
I'll put it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Of course, like the Gen Z one has the explicit. Okay.
I worked at a comic book store, and if customers were like being shitty, we could just tell them to fuck off, which was so good.
That was a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
You just
Oh,
went at it.
That was-
Chelsea's
that's she's crying in the corner right now.
She's
what
like,
are you doing?
oh, the editing.
I edit it, so I'll
Oh,
put.
yeah.
I'll put
Oh, that's
funny
right. That's
So
bullets.
it's
right.
literally
Kane will,
just for
like-
yourself.
Kane will put like a
Yeah.
quack or something over it.
Oh, that'd be funny.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a meow. I'll even do. I'll give you the meow that you can.
Don't meow into the mic.
You can put that over your swearing.
I'm turning my audio down. I don't want to hear it.
Anyway,
But yeah, that's it for me.
those are good, solid answers. I didn't think of the clothing, but you're right. I think that definitely played into it. I think for me, like the etiquette and like how to
For sure.
like go about the office. Like, am I allowed to like say hi to people? Like, if they're sitting there and they're like working, do I say hi to them? That kind of thing. Or like, I remember our old office was like legal and the rest of the business units were separated, and Izzy and I would have to go upstairs to like have lunch.
Yeah.
Like do things. It was really scary. It was like this whole new world. And I'd go up there and like just like even going to have lunch, like I wanted to like, I didn't know that everything in the kitchen was available to us. Like I literally had no idea. And I remember someone stopped me in like my first week and I was like, am I allowed to like drink that milk, or is that like someone's milk? I was just like, no, that's you can have that. And I was like, oh, like that kind of thing is kind of scary. I'm just scared of everyone. Now it's okay. It's getting better. I think it is getting better because I feel like I just sort of talk and everyone has to put up with it. But I do enjoy it here, and if anything, it helps me and has shown me how to behave in these sort of settings, which is nice.
I feel like it's so much easier as well when you get to know people. And
Yeah.
you
Oh, for
develop
sure.
proper
Yeah.
relationships with
Otherwise,
people in
I
the
just feel
office.
so like awkward.
and then everyone knows what you're like as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be yourself more.
And other's you have to make really awkward chit chat in the kitchen when you're making a coffee.
Yeah.
But I guess when you get to know
That's
people,
real. Yeah.
you can actually be like, "Oh, how's your
Yeah.
dog,
It's more personal.
Susie? Whatever."
How are your 17 kids?
Whoa. Aintree Group has 17.
I
No
don't think-
naming names. No.
Whoa.
The disconnect is so real. I've got a quick story. There's up and goes in the fridge. There's these-
We love the up and go.
Izzy and I are a fiend
guys
for
are
those up
awesome.
and goers.
Oh my
We-
God. Wait.
Oh,
No,
You're gonna. Well,
I have a normal amount of up and goes.
Well, I'm gonna put your reaction to what I'm about
Okay,
to
okay,
say.
okay,
now.
okay.
It's gonna be fantastic.
what have we done?
I walked back. I also am a fiend. I walked back to my desk on yesterday
Yeah.
with an up and go, and I was all giddy and happy and ready to get into the day. And Sophie goes, "Is that one of Shane's up and goes?" And I go, "Sorry." And she goes, "Is that like the vanilla one?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Those are Shane's," and I'm like, "What are you talking?
Why are you lying
What are you talking about?"
So when he got to my
Hey.
desk, he's like, "Oh, there's only 2 up and goes left," and I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna have to go and get more." Run out of up
So
and goes.
apparently, Shane is a massive fan
No,
of those,
he does,
and
yeah.
these were specially put on the menu for him.
They're our part of our weekly
So
grocery order.
I
Just
found-
for Shane.
Well, no.
Well,
Oh,
that's how I felt.
That's what you led him to believe.
So I went and put it back, and then Sophie goes, "No, I put it back," and then you said you didn't have to put it back. So then I went and got it again, and I drank it.
And then I walked over to Coles and got more.
And then I had another one.
No, wait. You walked over to Coles and got more. Because I don't know when that was, but yesterday I was in the kitchen, like towards the end of the day, I think. And I was in there with like 2 others who, I don't remember who, but I remember I opened it and there was only 1 up and go remaining. I was like,
No, that's bad.
Oh,
that means
no.
everyone drinks them because you bought a whole, was that like 12?
I think this was...
there's heaps in there now.
Yeah, this must have
okay.
been before you went. Must have been after Kane took it. But then
Early
I
in the
saw,
morning, there was like 1 yesterday.
Yeah, like I saw there's only 1 and I went, oh no, I've had enough up and go from this office. I'm just gonna leave that one
That's
there.
one of the best things about this office is like
The up and go.
No,
I was gonna say the culture and the
food.
people.
The culture and the people, but also the warmth in.
It's true.
there
The
being
kitchen's
food.
really nice.
Like I don't have to be worried about going and spending money on a lunch or like worried about touching someone else's lunch. I can just be like, there's toast, there's bread.
We can
I
make
can make a
toasties.
toasty.
Yes.
I have 2
We haven't
toasties
yet.
every day for lunch.
and how do you make them? I'm curious because Izzy and I always say
so
we
basically,
will.
you
I
get
have made them
bread
before.
and you put butter on the bread.
Okay, he's just trying to.
So now he's
belittle you.
mansplaining. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna cut.
You're outnumbered here, Kate.
Yeah. Okay, go sit in
Don't
the
even
Nordic corner.
try.
Oh, okay, that was very timely.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Chelsea's like losing it.
Of course.
No.
We have
So there's the big toasty slab. Like
See,
the-
talking over the woman.
guys, we need to focus on Gen Z.
Yeah, I mean,
This is very
next
Gen
question?
Z of
what's
us.
the next question? What's the next question? That's right. We only got through 1. We got through not even 1. Is it already? It's already nearly 4:30.
Oh, well, it did take us a while to start. It's just on me. We're not.
Aren't you asking a question?
Gonna
Yeah,
ask the
but I thought you
questions?
guys were just gonna like
No,
chat
no,
for a
you
little.
guys
Oh
ask
yeah,
questions.
okay. We can
Um,
like elevator music in the background if you want.
Oh, I think there's a music button. I don't know what it does.
Oh, okay, well,
That goes for ages.
we could have just had that for the rest.
Oh no, I can stop it. Go. Let's do it.
Oh,
What's our question?
Okay. Well, I was just gonna bounce off what you said, but now you're all like staring at me, and I'm nervous.
That's how they all go, man.
No,
I don't know what to tell you.
she's panting. Okay.
Okay. Considering we're all Gen Z in this room, apart from Chelsea in the corner.
Chelsea's Gen Z. Don't do her like that.
No, I was
can
her
cut it
words,
out.
not mine.
Chelsea's 18 at heart
Yeah.
and physically.
And also 60.
6. No.
Yeah.
Like as in
Okay.
yeah, it's all good. Proud millennial, it's fine.
She's proud. She's a proud millennial, she says. As long as you're
Skinny
proud.
jeans for life.
Skinny jeans.
In my baggy jeans right now.
I have 1 pair of jeans and they're baggy.
Are we going to make it to question 2 or?
We are actually, considering there is a, diverse range of ages at Aintree Group, and that's why we can have a podcast series on all of the generations. What advice not advice, but what do you think you learned from all the other generational groups at Aintree Group working alongside them? Because as a smaller firm, we obviously actually get to work more closely with the different generations compared to like maybe a bigger accounting firm. And what do you think you can learn here and working with them, alongside them, under them, whatever?
Under them?
Under them?
I'll cut it.
Okay.
We'll cut that out. Sophie?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Sophie.
She just asked the
Guys, now I'm on the
Sophie.
spot.
Would you like to
So,
start?
I'm
What have you learnt from the older people?
yeah, working with Tully, Katie, Sophie,
Is-
Peter,
Tully doesn't feel like she's not that
No,
much older
no,
than us,
but-
is she?
just any generation,
Okay.
just everything.
everyone, everything. I mean, everyone on top of like the diversity and ranges, everyone's also just very, very different. So it's like I learn things from you guys as well, So I don't think generation plays, I guess at least in my perspective, so much. It doesn't play so much of a role in that, but I'm trying to really rack my brains here. I mean, like we work with don't cut that. Hey, don't cut that out. We work with Sophie, for example, who I think is really, really lovely. And she's just like, I feel like she doesn't know this, but like, I feel like she's just emotionally adopted me somewhat.
She will,
because
yeah.
I
Oh,
just
well,
think
yeah.
she's so nice.
Even when Sophie was on a panel at Monash
Yeah.
Law, she just kept referring to Sammi and Izzy.
She was like,
Sammi and Isabel.
Sammi and Isabel.
It felt,
Sammi and
it felt
Isabel.
very motherly. It was
Yeah.
very, very sweet.
It was really nice. And I guess like seeing her, she has kids of her own, who we work with, and who Izzy, well, her niece, I think Izzy knows. Is that right? Yes.
Shout out to Ollie.
Okay. I think that seeing her at a stage in life where I hope to be at someday, like working and also raising a family, she's so inspiring, and you can tell her kids love her so much. I really like that. I guess it's really interesting to work with people who are doing different things because of where they're at in life. Like I forget that like people like can just travel. Like sometimes Peter's like, oh, I'm working off site, and then he's like on the beach or something, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, right? Like they have like autonomy, and, like, and they can have like money and stuff, and they can just go out and do stuff. And I think that's interesting. A lot of the time, like I'll look at them and I'll think like, this is the kind of thing I want to do when I'm older. So it's definitely very inspirational. I don't really remember the main point of your question. was it like, what was it like, or is
What
it,
have you learned?
What have
So
I learned?
I guess it's also like the
To go to the
inspirational
beach.
nature. Yeah.
Yeah, to go to the beach, tap
Work at
kids.
the beach.
Yeah. But yeah, take time for yourself as well. I think Aintree Group is really good at doing that. Like everyone I know who works here, I have a really good, like, I think we have good work-life balance, and we know like how to work flexibly. I feel like I said that wrong. And even like our email signatures say things like, flexible working hours, my working times might be different to yours, reply whenever you feel, etc. And I think that them championing that sort of attitude as well really helps me like remember that even though I like work, it's work. I mean, I really like it though. So sometimes being at Aintree Group feels like a weekend, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I really like it here because I work Thursday, Friday too. So it's like back-to-back weekend for me. I'd like someone else to start talking now. So,
I was even talking to Jess, one of our accountants, this morning, and she said that coming to work on like a Monday morning, it's not that dread, oh, it's a Monday morning. It's oh, it's Monday morning. Like I get to go to work today. I get to see like my friends at work. I get to, go be a part of like a nice community at Aintree Group that we have. And it's not just the boring like, oh, I'm going to go punch some numbers. Well, I don't know if that's a misconception of accounting. I clearly don't know a lot about accounting.
You know what? Neither do I.
That's fine. I think that's important about actually, wanting to come to work in the morning. So I think that's also something I see here that's really nice about Aintree Group. Everyone like actually not, every day they look like they're having a jolly old time, but it's nice to see people happy in the morning, having a chat around the coffee machine, of all ages as well. It's not like the younger accountants or things like that. It's most people, which is really nice.
Yeah, I'm the same. I agree. I think we're really lucky to work in a business that allows us to have work-life balance. I think that's something that's like different for Gen Z compared to other generations. They really prioritise having that work-life balance and like having boundaries with weekend time and time after work and time before that. So I think that's something different that Gen Z have kind of taken on compared to other generations.
Yeah.
Probably millennials are probably similar as well, but I feel like Gen Zs are good at preaching like work-life balance.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to have that preaching while working in such a comfortable environment when it comes to stuff like that.
Because you spend so much time at work across your working career, like you need to make it enjoyable. It can't just be something that you dread. So we're very lucky at Aintree Group that we have that opportunity.
Jasmine made a really good point of that when we were doing our Culture Day, one of the Culture Day seminars. She mentioned how much time we spend. It's not even just being at work. It's also thinking about work or
stressing about
talking to your partner about work. All of that stuff is still work brain.
Yeah.
So we spend so much of our lives doing that. So it's good to prioritize having fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And like with that, how important do you think the workplace culture is? Obviously, we've all picked Aintree Group to work at and we're all raving about the culture.
Yes.
But, going forward in your career, especially as a Gen Z and what we think of like culture and how it's important, and also maybe the baby boomers think that staying till midnight is a good idea as a young professional. But what do you think about the workplace culture, having those community events and also having that work-life balance? Do you think that's a super important thing, especially among our generation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first week here was Culture Week.
So you were straight into
Actually.
So
our...
I was in for the day before everyone else came in because I helped set up the office, and then I was here for all of the activities and all the seminars and whatnot, and that was so refreshing because every
Right.
other job I've worked at is exclusively work. The only time I've done or tried to do anything out of work was when I was working at Coles, and one of my coworkers invited me for a dinner, and with all these other people we work with, and then it just never happened.
Oh, I hate that.
And then I found out a week later that it did happen.
Without you?
They just didn't send me the address.
Oh my
Like,
God.
did they forget, or was it like...
No, they were excluding him.
Don't know. I also don't want to speculate because
Right.
this is going onto the internet.
Right.
Yeah, I think having such a good group, I feel like everyone is really lovely. I have no quarrels with anyone in the office, and being able to come into that environment and to socialize and to... I'm so social, so being able to chat, even like Sophie knows how off track I get sometimes. Every now and then I'll just be like, hey, want to see this thing I shot yesterday?
Yeah,
So
Kane was like showing
I
me.
was in Amy's,
Yeah,
I was in Amy's
she's...
office yesterday, and we're having a chat, and then Kane just comes in and starts talking about murder mysteries.
Oh my God. Like, Kane will walk past like the legal team and okay, Christian, from my point of view,
love
has sort of
Christian.
adopted you. Like, he will just like call out to Kane as Kane walks by, etc. And it's so funny because I feel like Christian, like he sits like a little further from Izzy and I, and we don't get to talk to him that much.
He's like in the corner.
Yeah, he's in the corner. He paces a bit. We'll like go into the telephone room sometimes, but like whenever Kane's around, he'll be like, he's like, Kane, let me show you something. Or Kane will be like, Christian, let me show you something. They'll talk about movies or something,
Christian
and it's like,
when I first came in, this is another really good sense of community. Not to get too personal, but I had some stuff going on when I started here, and there's legal elements involved in it, and poor Christian, I kind of ganged up on him in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He was just making coffee, and I went, hey, you're a lawyer, right? I have a question.
you
I
pulled
know,
that
it's
card.
awful. It's awful.
Yeah.
But I asked him this really personal question, which was probably a bit much for two people who barely knew each other. But he put time aside to actually put the question I asked him into consideration, and I thought he'd forgotten about it. And he got back to me like a week later. He goes, you can do this or you can do this. And he started giving me all these really positive answers. And I think his being able to see how much people in this office, especially Christian, really care about just people, not just clients, but people, is really, really heartwarming. And I think we've bonded over that. I think now it's like, I don't have to go to him for a legal thing. I can just chat with him about movies.
Yeah.
We were talking about I Love Dogs yesterday.
Oh, I know.
I love
You were chatting about it within my like 5 meter radius. like I knew. It's
for
good.
the person who wasn't there, we were chatting about I Love Dogs.
Lovely. I don't know what you're talking about.
I wasn't there either, but like,
I Love
sis.
Dogs is a very beautiful movie about this boy who gets stranded on an island where they dumped all of these dogs
Dumped?
because
Oh.
they
That
dumped.
sounds sad.
Have you've seen it?
No, but I feel like
You haven't seen it
I can't
either.
remember. Okay, it's either
So-
this
so-
movie or another dog movie
so-
that my boyfriend's dog really likes, and
This-
I don't know which one it is.
Your
Could be this one.
boyfriend's dog likes
yeah,
the movie.
really likes one of those dog movies.
Crazy.
I don't remember which one it is.
The dog likes
The dog likes.
That's what I was questioning. But it's just, I think it's in an Asian country. I can't remember which one, but it's set in this kind of just, dystopian timeline where all of the dogs are carrying this disease or something like that. So they dump them all on this like trash island. And this boy is trying to find his missing dog. So he creates this like shitty space shuttle and flies over there and then lands with all
Wait,
these
that's kinda
stray
cute.
dogs. It is the most beautiful story. I really recommend it. It will make you cry.
Okay.
For all the listeners as well, if you're looking for a good animated movie, it's
I
stop
love
motion.
dogs.
It's beautiful.
Lovely.
It stars Bryan Cranston as the
think-
lead
I don't know
dog.
who that
As the lead.
It's Breaking Bad.
Dot.
Walter
Can you
White.
crickets
I
right
am
now?
The danger.
Yeah.
Can you crickets?
Oh my God, you have everything on that thing.
I think like what you said about like oversharing a bit with Chris, I so get that. I think like literally 2 weeks in.
I don't think he said oversharing.
Okay, I put words in his mouth.
No, I did overshare.
Oh, okay, you did overshare.
I told
No.
him too much about my life.
But like, what other office would you be able to just
No, that's what I'm
walk up
saying.
to a
Sorry,
senior
that's the
associate?
initial
That's
point I
why,
had,
like,
yeah.
that's why I feel like culture, well, I guess to me is really important, and it's very like make or break a job for me. Like I've worked in so many hosto spaces, and some of them I stuck out because I generally liked it and I liked the culture and I loved coming to work, and some of them were just like so like I had this job where I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to get there to like open every day, and it would like, you know when you wake up and you just feel like this like dread and you're like, I can't do it today. Like, I just don't want to go. Like I don't want to go there and like smile, and like every time something happens I want to like start crying. Like that's like what it felt like. And that's why I think I like being here so much, because so much of work to me, like as much as I like working and actually like what we do, which is amazing by the way, it also feels like social time because I get along with everyone. I hope I get along with everyone. Like, someone's like listening to this and they're like, but like I think I get along with everyone, and everyone is so nice, and I actually really like talking to people, and it's really sweet. And I've also overshared with the legal team before. I don't know if they remember it. If they remember it, I'm so sorry.
I trapped you in one of my ADHD tangents
Yeah,
yesterday.
he was talking
with
about
Suits.
suits, which I've seen a bit of with my boyfriend, and that was really fun actually. And it is, funnily enough, like I come to work and I'm like, why am I kind of like in suits right now?
I'm saying that's what you guys are.
that's what
I
Izzy and
walked
I
up
do.
to Tully. I walked up to Tully to give her an envelope. It was just mail, and I went, "You've been served."
What did you
It's a
say?
class action lawsuit.
That's right. It's fun. I think we joke around like that a lot, and it's really fun. Anyone else to jump in?
I was going to say Gen Z, I think it's more important with like job satisfaction and enjoying the environment that you're working is more important than salary.
100%.
Oh,
a lot of,
for sure.
For a lot
Yeah,
of Gen
for
Zers,
sure.
which I think is really different to older generations probably. So if you're not enjoying the work that you're doing or the office that you're working in, I think Gen Zers are pretty good at moving.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Salary
we
doesn't
also,
really tie.
we definitely
Gen
like
Z is down.
value,
I've like never even thought
the
of it.
other
Which,
I mean, it's
time.
important, but like also priorities.
I think, people would go for the balance of like work-life balance with a good culture of a workplace,
Yeah.
average salary rather than terrible culture and, you know, you're staying there until 1 a.m. every night.
Yeah. And you're miserable and you hate it when you wake up.
and you keep thinking I should just quit. Like
Yeah.
I never thought that
Like-
about here.
Yeah,
That's
no,
how
I
you know like long term it's a better choice
That
because
was
you're
me with
happier.
Coles. I hate it.
Yeah.
How long were you at Coles for?
I don't care if anyone from Coles is listening. I'll
Pretty big
Chelsea's like-
corporation.
Grimacing in the corner.
I'm not dissing Coles, but
I'm not dissing Coles.
it's more the
let me-
environment. You go in, and I worked in service, so I only signed up for service because I love being sociable.
Yeah,
And-
felt that.
Did you just say I got that?
No. No, I meant I felt that as in I'm the same, but the fact that he thinks that's funny. No,
Anyway.
I didn't mean that.
It's okay. Customers come in, and every time a customer comes through service, you have to be like, "Hi, how are you?" And some people ignore you. Some people give you shit. Some people are like, you get the very few nice people. Everyone's usually just a dick. So,
Really going. A lot of meowing has to be done.
you mean quacking? I'm not putting in meows.
I'll fill the space with meows in case you run out of quacks. Don't worry.
But I don't even remember what I was talking about now.
Talking about Coles,
Yeah.
you work there for a long time. Everyone, you get some nice customers, mainly bad ones.
Yeah, every like waking up. I used to hate waking up because you're going to somewhere to get treated like shit.
Yeah.
Like customers, I had
hated
this one
that.
customer come in with a whip. And she's walking around with a whip.
God, what?
And she's like trying to hit people, and we took the young workers off of the registers so they didn't get assaulted in their job. And it's like, it's such a crazy
I feel like
workplace.
that's the problem. Well, not.
Why would you want to get up
Yeah,
and
but
go to that
everyone has
job?
to go to the supermarket, so you
it's
would
crazy.
see everyone.
But it's
think-
like, why would you want to get up and go to a work environment that's so draining like that when you could come to something like this that's
Yeah.
so heartwarming?
I'm
I
kind
think-
of this. Oh, sorry,
Yeah, you go.
I worked at Target and came up for 5 years, and I feel like it's like similar to your experience, but it's also so different to an office because people are just there to get money.
Exactly.
Like it's just you do your shift and you
Yeah.
leave. Like you're not.
It's full of like
you don't have any
high people.
You don't have
That's
any
right, you don't have
loyalty to the
loyalty to
people
the
you're working
company.
with or the business that you're working for. So it's so different in an office when you've got your own responsibilities and you're working 9 to 5. I think it's like very different. But I agree, customers can be painful.
Yeah, I've stayed back, I think, at least 10 minutes every day that I've worked here. Like at least 10 minutes. Like I leave on the dot every now and then, but every now and then I'll stay back like 10, 20 minutes to help with the afternoon checklist. And I don't really think about it.
Yeah, because you like
at
being at
Coles,
work.
I leave on the dot, but here
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Even
it's like
just
you want to
being
do a
cool.
good job when you're
Exactly.
here.
I know,
so
like
it's
I really
I'd
care
rather
about like
stay
my
longer.
performance.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think as well, not quite related to the question, I think, but our tangents about retail and such have reminded me. I feel like our generation is really appreciative towards like customer service workers. I think like more so, maybe I really don't want to diss other generations.
You
Maybe
should
more
have.
so than other generations
Let's
because
stop
like,
dissing.
oh my gosh, like some people are so rude and they don't realize like how it may seem effortless to like, you know, come to a customer service job and like just smile and be like wonderful and beautiful and happy and etc. But like people take it for granted. I'm like, okay, I get that maybe this is what we're meant to do, but like I don't have to be doing this. So, you know, I could be an asshole to you.
I could just sit there on my phone.
I know, and like I want this to be a pleasant experience for you. So why are you yelling at me?
And 90% of the time it's like from like a few generations that are
Yeah.
really rude.
I find it's always,
I won't name
I
names.
find it's always dads.
I find it's
Dads.
always
Oh.
mum.
I find
Yeah.
I think like divorced dads treat me like shit. Maybe it's because
Yeah, they treat me nicely.
Maybe you guys have different relationships with
Yeah.
mums because you're women, and I get it from dad. 'Cause,
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know. I just find men.
they take it out, okay?
I'm not gonna get into this. What's the next question?
We're kind of.
Do we wanna move on?
Yeah, maybe
Also,
I'll move on.
I'm the only guy in the operations team. I only realized that when
I
we
know,
were sitting in
when
the
we
meeting
had that
the other
meeting.
day. Yeah.
'Cause
Oh my god!
previously we
yeah.
had said like, oh my God, look, we're like all women, go us.
That's
and
what we call
now
a discussion
Kane has
group.
And then Kane comes
Kane.
in.
Now Kate's coming.
Ruins it all.
Oh.
Yeah. You're not getting
No,
any sympathy with that.
We love it, Kane.
Thanks.
Do we want to move on from our discussion of retail?
Yeah, good idea.
Oh, well, 5 minutes.
Guys, we haven't done
Guys,
much.
Okay, pick what you think
5
is the best.
minutes to
the
talk
best
about
question.
what stereotypes did you face as a Gen Z team member? Or maybe you haven't, but what stereotypes do you think Gen Z people coming into an office face, and do you think there's any truth to them?
Should we do quick fire?
Yeah.
I think laziness is a big one. I've been told a lot of older generations have this expectation that I think primarily around the work-life balance thing that we prioritize, that we're just lazy. But that's not the case. I think for the people I've worked with and all of you guys, we all feel very open-minded and open to new information and just curious and driven. And I haven't seen that laziness from any Gen Zer that I've worked with here, Coles, comic shop. Like it's all just, it's not right.
I agree. And I feel like a lot of it is there's been a big shift towards mental health in like the recent years. And I think that's definitely been a priority for the Gen Z population.
100%.
And that's probably why we also value the work-life balance and the culture so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Kane's point on laziness. I feel like kind of probably gender as well, but generational stereotypes always are skewed by like a small number of people. There's always going to be people in every generation or every, you could say workplace maybe, I don't know. But there's always going to be people that are lazy and like not want to put 100% into their job. So I feel like that skews stereotypes quite a lot. But I think on the most part, Gen Zers are pretty determined and passionate about developing their career and developing their skills and getting better at their job.
Yeah, in agreement. I feel like we actually do care a lot about like ourselves and our future, and we're not just like, you know, being silly. I mean, I'm pretty silly, but like, you know, we're pretty serious about our own well-being and what's in store for us. So I think like as Kane was saying, everyone here works really hard. I don't want that to be misconstrued by anyone just because we seem like we're having a good time.
Yeah.
We also like are very devoted to Aintree Group, and we love working here. We love work, which is the big thing as well. And we genuinely think that being at this sort of company is good for us and our futures. And we keep all of that in mind, you know. We want the best for ourselves, and we're trying to get it. We're not just lazing around and like being on TikTok all day.
Yeah.
And all of us are part-time, but then days that we're not here, we're studying.
We have lots of things to
It's
do.
hard to balance, especially
really
when
hard.
exams and assessments come round.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. It's not like we're just
Yeah,
doing nothing on our
doing
days off.
Well,
Yeah.
speak for yourself.
Oh.
No, I'm joking.
we'll cut that
I'm
out.
studying,
We'll cut that
I'm studying. I'll cut that out. I think it's really interesting. When I came into the office, I am the youngest, but by like a year. But I came in expecting everyone to be quite older, and even you three, when I first met you guys, obviously I didn't think you were like 60 or anything, but I thought you were all.
You thought we were 59.
I thought you were all like early 20s to like late 20s, like just older, because you all seem
I'm
so
early
locked
20s.
in.
Aren't you guys early 20s?
No, you're all
I'm
like
not
up, but
20 yet.
I know what you
like,
mean by locked in.
I
I think
mean like 23,
Yeah.
24, 25.
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
way
like
up to 30.
graduated,
You all
that- yeah.
seemed really like
Mature?
locked in and mature and like
Locked in.
about the business. So when I came in, I was like, oh, I'm the youth here, and then you find out you're all like
No.
not too far from
I
my
think
age.
I remember that. I think I remember
That's-
when I first saw you in the
yeah.
kitchen and you were
Yeah.
like, oh, you work with the legal team, don't you? What's that like?
I was just curious because like
Yeah.
you guys are all so driven, and that completely contradicts that stereotype. It's
Yeah.
like you guys, or maybe I'm the I'm thinking through
No.
the stereotype lens, because I thought these guys can't be Gen Z. They're so
Well, you
locked in and so
are. Oh my
mature.
God.
Maybe I am
Low
unconsciously.
key, he's falling to the stereotypes.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm like a boomer.
Yeah.
Oi.
No.
What about
Is
you?
it
Any
time?
stereotypes? That's 46 minutes, so we've still got time.
What, 4 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do one more question? Oh, wait,
I don't know
you
if
go.
we'll get through another question, but
A quick fire?
We'll
Yeah,
answer
that wasn't very
your-
quick.
Oh,
give
I'm
your
gonna answer.
and then we'll do a quick fire of one
Yeah.
more, and then we can wrap it.
I feel like one of the stereotypes Gen Z is like the short, like attention span.
Yes.
Through like, you know, studying from home in high school and everything, people
Yeah.
have really short attention. But I feel like working here, you can't like have like a really short attention. Like you can obviously sometimes get strayed and go to different things, but working in this environment, working with people of different age, you kind of feel motivated to do your work. And I think that's good. And I definitely don't think that we're, you know, super lazy in that respect. I mean, Sammi and I definitely go off on tangents sometimes and just, you know, being silly. But that's also what's nice about working here. You can have those moments and then, you know, get back into your work. And I think that, you know, challenge that stereotype of Gen Z being, you know, having a short attention span
And all
and like
fun
getting
and no
all
work.
like,
No.
yeah,
Well,
all
I guess
fun, no work.
It's a bit
everything.
different because working here is enjoyable. And maybe
Yeah.
like I think it's really a privilege to be able to quit your job. That sort of made no sense. I mean this in the sense that like I know so many people who really hate their job, but then they, you know, they can't quit because of financial difficulties, or maybe they
Yeah.
need it for some other reason. And I think we're so lucky to firstly like love our job. That's amazing. But I don't know why I mentioned that second part, because that wasn't really relevant. But like I think like loving the work makes it so much easier to like come in and do the work properly. And I'm just really grateful that we have such a wonderful community, I suppose, and such a wonderful company where we like working.
Yep.
And yeah.
Lovely.
And it's so nice to be able to work somewhere like we're getting, you know, you get paid, you're actually, you know, contributing to that. But then it's also contributing to your like career growth. Like obviously for us, we want to go down the law path, and being legal interns is, you know, helpful. We're getting the connections.
Yeah.
We're, you know, working with lawyers all the time. So
Yeah,
that's
it's motivating
a really
in that
nice
sense.
part of it.
Should we
have
do
to
one
wrap
more?
up or?
No, it's all right. We can keep
Oh.
talking. We'll just do media coverage through that camera. so
As
it's fine.
I'm
You were
literally going to
talking
keep talking until Chelsea starts like telling us to stop
Sammi, you've been
talking,
so slay at this.
I'm actually really scared. My heart's going really
No,
fast, and
you're
I don't think I've said
You're
anything
doing
right.
great.
I
What
just
question
think
should we
this-
finish
this-
on?
Oh.
Yeah, one more. We'll do
you
a
guys
quick
wanna
Like
fire.
a good one.
Quick fire.
Oh, I don't want to.
10 words
Do you
or
have
less.
one that you have like an answer?
I have an answer for the one about other generations in the workforce, like what you admire. Do you guys have an
Okay.
answer for
No,
that?
but I can
Admiration.
think of
Yeah,
one.
I
I
do.
can think of one.
Okay.
I have a quick admiration, but you
This
go first.
this kind of goes back to COVID when everyone was locked down and working from home. I have so much admiration for the older generations that for the entirety of their career worked 9 to 5 in an office.
Oh, that's real.
5 days a week.
Yeah, there's
like
no way I
that's
could've.
exhausting. I've done a little bit of full time in my other job, and it is so tiring. So I really admire the older generations that have been able to do that, and it's like been the norm up until COVID. It's really changed.
Yeah.
But I think it says a lot about work ethic.
I think the thing I admire most throughout the some of the older generation, and I've been able to experience it a lot in this office, is just the ability to adapt to new time. I feel like we're a generation that's got a lot going on, and it's probably overwhelming for the boomers, probably a little bit overwhelming still for the millennials. And I think all of that is their ability to adapt and kind of cooperate.
Yeah, I
The
definitely
world's changing pretty quickly.
Yeah,
I
world changes
definitely
quick,
agree.
tech.
And now AI.
Yeah, especially
like
with all
that's-
the new technology.
And then also just
Yeah.
like represent like how we represent ourselves as people with like sexuality and gender and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They
So
just take it all and they
even
they
like-
go with it.
Take it
yeah.
all. on
Even
their stride.
sometimes it's like, especially with like the pronoun things, sometimes it's like quite difficult for me even, so I can't even imagine
Yeah.
them who have never had to
We're
even
very
think of the thought of
open-minded.
pronouns
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
So their ability to adapt to that is really admirable.
Yeah. Definitely. Especially with like all the different softwares and AI.
Technology.
Especially
Amy
AI.
loves
like,
AI.
Yeah.
Julie
Aintree
Vision loves
is-
AI.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out to
Julie loves
Vision.
AI.
Yeah.
I like AI.
But that's AI's even been like the last 12 months. It's
yeah,
just taken off.
but it's
Like,
also changed so much. Like
Yeah.
in the last month, you could say.
yeah.
New things are coming out like every week.
Yeah.
You know what
It's
I
changing
think I've just
quickly.
realised about our generation? We have an inability to quickfire.
Yeah,
questionnaires.
we just
Maybe that's
yeah.
just us.
Maybe it's just us. I
I
think
think maybe.
I think we just
we just have good banter,
talking.
guys.
I
Actually,
could
yeah.
do this for another hour.
Probably. I thought we were
I
going to
really
go for like
could.
20
That's
minutes.
why I'm like just wary because I know if Chelsea doesn't stop us, I'm gonna keep talking. So
Let's do a part 2 if you want.
can we be a recurring segment? Can we?
Hell yeah.
We've got so many
I
things
think
to
we'll
say.
have a really good following.
Call it like voice of the
Okay,
tomorrow,
that's
the
all right,
future or something. Okay, Kane.
Talking about your generation, but you guys are probably too young to know what that's in reference to.
What?
Oh, wait, that's a TV show.
What's
Oh,
the
I'm
TV
sorry,
show?
Chelsea.
Talking about your generation.
Talking- no,
I don't
no.
know.
This is the critics time. I don't know if they can hear what Chelsea's saying though.
Just no.
Also, like, I feel like when I first did, I don't remember if it was my interview or my onboarding here, like, Jasmine was talking about like how tech savvy Aintree are, and they really are.
Yeah.
Like
There's always new stuff coming out.
Andrew's
Yeah.
all about that kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, like what new systems can
And
we
yeah,
use?
Shane
what
loves
apps can we
every
get into?
new software. I was
Yeah.
talking to Shane and Andrea last week about it, and they just love the new technology. But you know, it's also about the team actually adapting to it. You
Yeah.
can't just keep bringing out new technology and no one's gonna want to actually implement it because then you're not using the technology efficiently.
Yeah.
But,
And especially for older generations that haven't grown up with it. Like we've had
yeah.
technology since we were in primary
true.
school.
Yeah.
I grew up on a Nintendo 3DS, so
I grew up on a
Pretty
Nokia,
cool.
one of those like brick Nokias.
the worst time I ever.
Yeah, and there's like you got like the Snake game on it. That was my first phone. I think I had
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah, when I was younger.
Maybe you're way older than me.
Maybe I'm way older than you.
My first
Okay.
phone was like an iPhone 15. No,
Don't you have an iPhone 13?
right now, yeah. Okay. I'm cutting it.
Anyway.
Oh my God, guys, it's 5 o'clock. Everyone's
Yeah.
leaving.
It's actually like
Hey, literally,
5:10.
this is so funny
Oh,
because
shit,
I
I need
never
to
see people
Clean
leave.
the coffee machine. And I need to go do babysitting.
Oh, girl. Okay.
Should we
yeah.
do this
Oh, okay, let me do
beautiful
my little
Do you
outro.
want music for it?
Sure.
Is it too loud?
Do I talk with the music?
Yeah, go.
Oh, I don't know if I like this.
No, I kind of like it. Thank you for listening to Plant Grow Reap. We hope you tune in for the rest of our generational workforce episodes still to come and a part 2 of Gen Z. Subscribe and follow Plant Grow Reap wherever you get your podcast to get notified when new episodes go live every fortnight. Yay!